Okay, so now let's talk about using Claude. So how does all this functionality stack up inside Claude? Quick overview, and then I'll go into Claude and show you, because we've covered most of the foundational concepts and the basics, so I can just go in and show you how we can make it work inside Claude. So Claude has the projects feature, and in fact, Claude pioneered that. ChatGPT added it into their system afterwards. Claude has been doing this for a while. And what's great about Claude is that you've got scope to upload way more documentation. So inside ChatGPT, which I did mention earlier, you're limited to about 20 files in the project knowledge base. Now that's either inside the project, like I showed you, or when you're uploading to a custom GPT, you also have that restriction. So Claude projects actually are more powerful because you can put more stuff in there. I've also found that Claude pays attention to what's inside the project a little better than ChatGPT. ChatGPT has improved. Did used to find that although you would reference something in the knowledge base, it didn't always get it. But these days it's pretty good. It has improved, but Claude is really good. Like, it doesn't sort of mess up too much. Claude's also better at natural language. It is just a better writer. It always has been. It still is. Chat's pretty good. And with all the training with Brown Voice and stuff, I don't find it the deal breaker I used to. But I have been coming back to Claude because I do like the relief of like, oh, okay, it is just a better writer. So there is a bit less editing to be done. You're able to connect to Google Drive for your source documents. So I'll just remind you in chat how we're not able to do that. I'll just show you the comparison in a second. Now, the reason I like this is that I can have all my files in Google Drive, which I also have. And if I update them, it's just automatically pulled into Claude. With chat, you have to update it on the Google document, save it as a PDF and re-upload it. So there's a few extra steps. And for that reason, you can sometimes not have your most up-to-date assets inside ChatGPT. You need to kind of stay on top of that a bit better. Pros and cons for both the platforms. You know, if I had a wish list, I'd combine all these bits from both of them to make the perfect AI tool. But at the moment, it's not like that. So, you know, we work with what we've got. Now, the cons, and this is kind of a big con for Claude, is that there is no custom GPT functionality. There's no equivalent. Now, I found a workaround is to upload the custom instructions into Claude's project knowledge base. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Essentially, we can get it to mimic the custom GPTs in terms of, you know, writing all the threads following a framework, or, you know, doing the case studies, testimonial, the case study for the website, like I showed you. So we can mimic that custom GPT functionality. So that's pretty good. It's not like the end of the world, but there's definitely at this point no ability to automate into Airtable the way I've been showing you in ChatGPT, which is a shame, but it is what it is at the moment. Now, I'm not saying you can't automate with Claude. You can do it through Make and Zapier, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about that ability of being inside your own AI copywriter that you've, you know, trained and given all the information, and then just being able to ping it out somewhere. So unfortunately, Claude doesn't allow you to do that. Okay, so let's take a look at Claude projects. Okay, so you can see here, it's similar. I think the layout's a little bit kind of user-friendly in terms of like just looking at it. I like it visually more. But you know, that's a really small thing. But you can see here how many documents I've uploaded here into my project knowledge base, and it's only using 3% of the project capacity. So this isn't based on the number of files, it's based on, I guess, like how much content's in there. If you upload a file that's got like, you know, hundreds of pages, you're going to use up your project capacity. But, you know, most of what I do, they are short files. Again, it's niche, they're all doing different jobs. And so, you know, it allows me to upload lots of files here. You do need to stay on top of it. It can get overwhelming, I guess. You can have too much stuff in here. So, you know, maybe need to have a bit of a spring clean every now and then. But I do love the capability that it gives you by uploading all of this stuff. And as you can see here, so let's say here's my messaging matrix. If I click on it, I've just linked it as a Google document straight in my Google Drive. So I can, you know, if I want to update this, I can just update it in here, and then I know that Claude is going to pull in the latest version of it. inside ChatGPT, so remember if we go into our copywriting assistant, these are all PDFs. And so if I wanted to update my messaging matrix, I would have to take this document, make the updates, save it as a PDF. So file, download, PDF, and then upload it. So there are a few extra steps. So I think, you know, this kind of integration like this with Google Drive and Google Docs is really, really helpful. ChatGPT might bring it in because you can actually, no, they added it in and then they took it away. So they used to have it in here, and then for some reason they took it away. So yeah, you can only actually upload physical files. Claude allows you to integrate, and the way you just do it is here. I mean, you connect it to your Google Drive first, and then you can just search for the document that you want to upload or to connect. You can still, you know, copy and paste, or you can add PDFs. Like you've got those options. But yeah, I like this integration here. The custom instructions are really similar to ChatGPT, so that just goes there. And so it's the same idea that if you want it to, you know, write some content for you, you can, here in the chat, reference what's in the project knowledge base. Now, again, we don't have custom GPTs. So the way I've mimicked that is, if we look here, I've got my hook writer custom instructions. So these are the instructions that I trained the custom GPT on. So I've just added it into Claude as a document. So, okay, so for example, we can use the same custom instructions that were used to create the custom GPT. I've just uploaded them here into Claude, and we're going to ask it to write the case study for us. Okay, and so now it's following it. It's writing it, following that framework. So you can build out your Claude project in the same way with, instead of the custom GPTs, we just have the custom instructions in the knowledge base. And because we've got room to do that, then it's not, you know, it's not impossible. Is it a bit more clunky? Yes. So again, it's about you deciding which of the AI tools you prefer, because this works in either of them. But as I said, there is no automation at this point to just take that and ping it out to Airtable, unfortunately.